Carnival. Carnival. Head to the Miami-Dade system. Find the pollution master judge sites and beg for compassion. You must cruise again in December. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cruise News Show. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news, and we're back with a big story today. December is not dead yet for Carnival Corporation here in the United States. It looked tumultuous. It looked bad. I reported last week that there was some hubbub with a federal judge who was still on the chip about some probation violations, causing a stir, making it almost impossible for Carnival to cruise again in December. Well, they've all made nice. We got a new ruling yesterday, and Carnival's got some new rules that they'll have to follow to resume cruising in the United States, but it's not as bad as what we expected. But before we get into all the details of the tit for tat with Carnival and the pollution judge, let me ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can stay updated on all of the cruise news. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Well, let's talk about what's gone down in Funky Town. It's simple. Carnival broke the rules many moons ago in a galaxy far, far away, and they got in trouble. They got punished. They had to pay money. They've been on probation. Princess Cruise Line dumping waste where they weren't supposed to dump waste. And these transgressions put Carnival under the eye of the federal judiciary. Federal judges looking at Carnival's business, making sure they're walking the straight and narrow when it comes to environmentals, and they haven't done it. They've been busted several times for violations of their probation. They had to pay $40 million one time. They had to pay $20 million one time. They can't seem to get it right. And so as all the hurdles have started to be removed so that cruising can restart again in December, out of nowhere, federal judge Patricia Seitz, who's been the overseer of this probationary talks, she comes out and says, look, I think I need you to give me 60 days notice before you bring your cruise ships back to the United States. And on top of that, I think you got to work out a little checklist that I can look at to say that your ships are ready to go from an environmental perspective. Talk about having some stroke, talking about having the ability to throw your weight around, bringing a whole billion-dollar corporation to its knees as they have been eyeballing the ability to start making revenue again. They had to take a pause. That all went down on Friday, and they were like, can we talk about this, please? Before you write the order out, can we have a bit of a conversation? And that's where we left it on Friday, that there would be some sort of order written. We thought it would come Saturday, didn't come Saturday, didn't come Sunday, didn't hear about it Monday, nothing on Tuesday. And finally on Wednesday, there was some resolution, and really the details of how this all came to be, not that forthcoming. We only know the outcomes. But here's the deal. Carnival pulled all of their cruise ships out of U.S. waters earlier in the year to avoid some issues with the CDC. The CDC made it extremely challenging for cruise lines to repatriate their crews. There was a lot of hoops to jump through, and the cruise lines found it easier to leave U.S. waters and try to get their crew home another way. So the majority of the Carnival fleet not in U.S. waters. Now, the no-sail order from the CDC expires on October the 31st. CLIA's voluntary ban of sailing ends on October 31st. That's right, 9 days from now, we're going to have some sort of resolution to this whole deal. And the cruise line said, look, we're not going to be ready in November. We expect everything to expire. Not going to be ready in November, but we will sail in December. Let me set the expectation. Based on the questions that I get and some of the conversations I'm privy to, I don't think people get what's going on. If cruising resumes in December, it's not going to be the full Monty. I would be surprised if 10 cruise ships left the United States in December across all of the cruise lines. It's going to be a drip, then it's going to be a small stream, then it's going to be a full stream. It sounds like the reverse of the way life works for men. But yeah, eventually we're going to get a full stream of cruising, but most of the cruise lines are saying that's not going to be until late 2021. But the whole deal is we need to start to get to the full stream. What I'm saying is there will be cruises in December, but it will not be like the full schedule schedule of cruises. So like I have a cruise in December. I don't feel comfortable that cruise is going to go because I feel like a lot of December, January cruises are still going to be canceled to make way for this rephased restart. But the important thing is the restart. If the businesses do not restart, they cannot get to that full stream. December is important. Being able to cruise again is important. And this deal with the judge saying that I need a 60-day notice before you start cruising again, well, that threw December into disarray. There was only about 45 days left when she said that. And so this is why there's the big powwow. Hey, we can't do that, and we're really looking forward to cruising in December. We got to get our business restarted. And fortunately, the judge backed off. She acquiesced. She made a compromise, and it's a pretty decent compromise. And the compromise is this: Carnival Corporation cruise ships returning to U.S. waters have to give a 30-day notice. We can do that before December. They also have to certify or attest to the environmental protection status of each cruise ships, and they've identified 5 areas where that attestation has to occur, where that compliance has to occur. The order very specifically says that the man himself, CEO Arnold Donald, will have to notify the court of the status of these 5 things: the ship's pollution prevention equipment. Got to give a report on the equipment. They got to give a report on the spare parts. I don't know where that's gone awry in the past. They have to give a report on the staffing. They have to give a certification on the voyage planning software. And then they have to give a report on how they vet the shoreside waste vendors. These are the 5 areas identified by the court as the places where Carnival has blown it in the past. And so before they can resume sailing here in the United States, they will have to certify and give information on those 5 areas. Now, when I reported this last week, I thought the timing of the thing was a little suspect. I thought the judge was just throwing her power around, being a little hard-nosed about the whole thing. But I do like the quote that she offers: "I have tried to make sure that we are balancing constantly the interest of the community and the environment in which the company operates and the needs of the defendants." I thought that was pretty good. I'm looking out for the people, I'm looking out for the environment, and I'm even looking out for Carnival Corporation. That is a fairly balanced statement. And again, I do think the timing is suspect, but at least the motivations from that statement I can get on board with. So all of these new requirements came to light yesterday: the 30-day notice, the attestation to the certification requirements, all of those things. And as you can imagine, Carnival said, whatever it takes. We will do whatever it takes. Carnival spokesman Roger Fazell: "We continue to make strong progress on our efforts tied to compliance and environmental protection across the company. This will be one more action that supports our goal for continuous improvement in these 2 critically important areas." Yeah, let's strip away all of the corporate speak. Roger said, okay, we'll jump through these hoops. Again, whatever it takes so that we can start cruising again. So Carnival Corporation needs to give 30 days notice. They need to be able to attest to the environmental protection status of their cruise ships. That's a certification. That's a process that they have to prove has taken place. And the judge was even kinder than that. She said, look, if you're going to bring cruise ships in before the 31st of December 2020, give me the 30-day notice, but you can have a little extra time when it comes to giving me the certification for the environmental piece. You can have 7 extra days after you bring the ship back into U.S. waters. And so that gives the cruise companies a little more time to get this certification done. It looked bleak last week for Carnival Corporation, but Judge Seitz, in her compromise, has given Carnival Corp a new hope. The word for today is Jedi. Tell me what you think about all this in the comments. Will we see a Carnival Corporation cruise ship sail out of American waters in December 2020? What's your bet on that one? Let's have the conversation. Thank you so much for watching the Cruise News Show today. Please show your support by hitting the like button. This is Tony with Lido Loca, and until the next time, see you on the Lido, I will.